is the leading cause of and it surely is up there. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, spaghetti's almost on the old side. It's been sitting in the fridge for a bit. It's like on its last days. So I had to eat it today. Otherwise, it was probably gonna go bad in a nice day or two. It's been sitting there for a long time. 5 days.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi,
How
how
old
are
are you?
you?
All
I'm
right.
18.
Uh, all right. I'm not gonna entertain us. So either talk in a normal voice or goodbye.
Sorry.
Okay. Thank you, Seth. I appreciate it. You want to come up and entertain my rage bait? I'll take that as a no. But I did invite you, so you can accept it. But I don't suspect that you will. You're getting Mexican. Mexican is it's good. Not my favorite food, but it's good. Do you have a favorite deep dish pizza place in Chicago? I mean, I would just name you the usual Illuminati's and whatever the fuck the other one is. I'll be honest. Even though I'm from Chicago, I think New York style pizza is better. I don't even classify deep dish as pizza. It's like a pasta dish. It's good, but I don't think it's pizza. Like it's just you're comparing apples and oranges. Or I know that's a no for people to say who are from Chicago. I know I'm supposed to love Chicago deep dish pizza, but you know. Hey Billy, what's up?
Well, well, well.
How you doing?
What do you think about Daddy Trump ending the war in Iran?
Is that the topic?
I mean, I just figured you were hating it. You couldn't talk about it because it's over. And oil's dropping,
Do you want to talk about the
food's
topic? Yes or no? Do you
dropping.
want to talk about the topic? Yes or no?
That's never your topic.
Cool. I talk about straight politics all the time. In fact, that's my topic most of the time, actually. I'd say like 80% of the time, my topic is like actual politics. Thanks, Danny. I don't quite see how paying out $300 billion and them charging a toll for people who go through the strait is a win, but hey, sure, whatever fucking floats your boat. Whatever you need to tell yourself. Laura, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The bully is getting credit for stopping the behind. Like, okay, we're not even back at the point before the war started. We're in the worst spot. For what? For 3 months of high gas prices? Like, I mean, I lived in the city for a bit, but I was born in the suburbs. You left a pro exile live. I need to play. I wouldn't have been sitting in that live for that long, Marley. I don't know how you did that, but why did he call him daddy? Because they have daddy issues. All of these people have daddy issues, clearly. Like, if it isn't, like, painfully goddamn obvious. Well, yeah, from the northwest suburbs, Cat. Um, the Buffalo Grove area, if you know where that is. Buffalo Grove, Arlington Heights. Arlington Heights, you probably heard of. You may not have heard of Buffalo Grove. But yes, that's where I'm from. Yeah. Believe it or not, Charlie Kirk was actually from a very similar area of me. He grew up in the burbs of Chicago as well. What school did he went to a school nearby to me, actually. Shit, what high school did he go to? What high school did Wheeling. Yes, he went to Wheeling High School. That's right, which really wasn't that far from where I lived. 20 minutes away, maybe? Don't say his name. I wasn't comparing myself to him. Oh, to Angel of a Human Being? All right. I think mentioning his name wasn't me comparing it to him. I was just mentioning it, but hey, whatever you took from that, that's fine. All right. Let's have like a real guest, though. A real, actual live guest. What do you mean the Bears are going to Indiana? I don't watch football at all, so. They're moving? That's crazy. I didn't know about that until you just told me. I don't keep up with football at all, so. Which is unfortunate because it is very often people say, "Oh, did you watch this game? That game? Did you watch this?" And the answer is always no. I would be able to have a lot more mundane conversations if I watched football. But the answer is always no. Just as I don't watch the World Cup. So when people ask, "Hey, did you watch World Cup last night? Did you watch this or that or whatever?" The answer is no. The answer is no, I did not, because I don't care. Soy is bad, lamau. Tell us why, lamau. All right. Oh, look, as soon as I said that, somebody with the name NFL something's coming up, or NL. No,
Yeah,
NLF. Never
I'm
mind.
a neo-libertarian phalangist.
Okay, cool. Do you want to talk on the topic or what?
Yeah, I think seed oils are bad because
How old
they
are you?
don't
Hold on.
align with.
How old are you, first of all?
I am 18 years old, 23rd of February 2008.
Okay.
Okay, I think seed oils are bad because they go against my ideology of neo-libertarian phalangism.
Okay. Do you want to have a serious conversation? Otherwise, I'm going to drop you.
Yeah, I want to have a serious conversation.
Okay.
I am
So
having a serious
we're
conversation.
talking about the health effects of it. Okay.
Yeah. I think they're bad because they go against neolibertarian phalangism, and that is more important than the health effects of it.
All right. I'm going to give you one more chance. Otherwise, I'm dropping you. You want to talk about the health effects, yes or no?
Neolibertarian phalangism will rise.
Okay. Take doesn't know. Take doesn't know you don't want to talk about it. Fucking weird ass people. You guys are weird. You guys need to get a life. Says the guy who's on the internet right now, I guess. But fetuses, fetusi. I'm trying to think of another way of making it plural. Fetusi, fetusi. Men versus being normal. Well, that's not gonna fucking happen. You can hang around all day. That shit's not happening. Soy products have heavy reliance on genetic modification. Okay. Still didn't tell us why it's bad. You just stated another claim. Okay. So you're gonna have to come up and tell us why it's harmful. Actually, I'll make it easier for you. Come up, tell us what health effect they cause, and why or how. Okay. So far, the two things that you said, I don't prove anything. You said soy is bad, lamau, and this one says they have a heavy reliance on genetic modification. That doesn't tell us what's bad about it. Just tell us why it's bad. That's it. It's that statement, you would then have to prove why genetic modified things or genetically modified things are bad. Okay, so just tell us the health effect of it and why it's bad. It blocks the mineral absorption. Okay, now you're going to have to provide evidence of that. You're going to have to provide evidence that when somebody has soy, they get less absorption of certain minerals or nutrients or whatever. To the degree where it's worth caring about, right? Like if you get like a 1% reduction of absorption, that's not worth worrying about, right? Like, so tell us how you have evidence that there's less absorption from minerals, and like to the degree. Okay, you're not proving it. Okay, You just keep making claims that your favorite YouTuber told you, okay? You gotta provide evidence. You gotta come up, you gotta provide a study where they looked at soy. Phytoestrogens, again, is not an answer. You're just saying words. You need to provide evidence to show that they cause these health issues. That's it. How much money did they send you? I actually paid them. I paid them to do this. This is a topic I care so much about. I had to pay them. But whatever you need to avoid having the actual debate. Since you can't actually debate the topic because you're too fucking stupid to do so, you just pivot to saying, well, you must be paid off since he has a different opinion than me. Because that allows you to avoid having the actual intellectual debate, which you're capable of doing. You're also from Tampa? Nice. Very cool. I'm not from here, but I live here. I mean, Kitty, that's just what they do. I mean, listen, if what they're insinuating is that I'm paid off to say something that's false, okay, then just tell me why what I'm saying is false, okay? Because you're never going to be able to prove that I'm paid off. You're not going to be able to prove that. But you can prove that I'm objectively wrong with this. That they can do, but they're not going to. Okay. User, that's fine, but come on up. Provide evidence. And then they do this gaslighting thing where I then respond to them and then they say chill out because I'm talking about the very thing that the topic is about. So there's no winning here because when you respond to them in the way that they want, then they just tell you to chill out. So I'll tell you what, you can come up and speak. That's the only way that you're going to be heard, okay? Until then, you're muted in the comments, but you can actually hit the request button. Okay? Because there's a 95% chance you're a 12-year-old kid sitting behind the screen. So you're probably not worth talking to. Is the problem the McDonald's? What, for people's health in general, or what? What do you mean? Like, what do you mean specifically? That's just a background picture just to get people to look at the live. That's it. It's not to be taken too seriously, the picture. It's the words above it that people are supposed to be responding to. Doing some coke there, Dougie? Well, first of all, you said doggy. And no, actually, I haven't done that substance in a long time. Last time I did that substance was like 2018. Trust me, you would know if I'm on that substance. It's been a while since I've done it. Plus, I wouldn't be eating now if I did it. Anybody who's ever done that, you can't eat for shit on that. The big seed oil and big milk. Yeah. Anytime people say something that you disagree with, it must be the big fill-in-the-blank industry doing it. Exactly. Exactly. You like some Coke Zero? I don't like the taste of it. And what's up, Shadow? Good seeing you in the comments. I don't like Coke Zero. I don't like the taste of it. I do think Coke Zero tastes better than Diet Coke, though. If I had to choose between the two, I would choose Coke Zero, but I would never choose any of them. Because I just don't like the taste. I like the taste of the regular one. Although, what's even better than regular Coke is getting the Mexican Coke. That is top tier. Sorry about the burp. That's a strange. Yes, it is the aftertaste. The beginning taste is fine to Coke Zero. It's the aftertaste where it's just off. It's different. Oh, I have no idea how people can't taste the difference. I don't believe them when they say that. I don't believe anybody that says they can't taste the difference between like Diet Coke and regular Coke. I just think you're lying to me if you say that. There's nothing you can do to convince me out of that. How you doing?
How's it going?
It's going. I just need to know your age. How old are you?
19.
Thank you. Do you disagree with something in the background?
Wait, so sorry, what were you saying you can't taste the difference between?
No, I'm saying I don't believe people when they say they can't taste the difference between Coke and Diet Coke.
Oh, no way.
There's a
Really?
big difference. There's a big difference. Are you telling me that?
Oh, no, I agree with you, yeah.
Yeah. But there are some people who say they can't taste the difference, and I just don't believe them. I don't
Yeah,
believe them.
that's crazy.
Yeah. Anyways, do you disagree with anything I have in the background?
Seed oils.
All right. Why do you think they're bad?
I mean, I've done some research and I've done with my experiments in my own body. I think that they cause sunburns.
How would that happen?
If you eat stuff like seed oils in the sun, you get like burned way more.
As opposed to sitting out in the sun and not eating them?
No. Like if you eat them in general.
I I can't tell if you're trolling or.
I'm not trolling. You look it up.
So eating them gives you sunburn?
No, eating them and then going out in this, eating them and then being in the sun. Like the sun's not really that bad for you. It's just like your diet that makes your body.
Okay, so you're telling me if you don't eat seed oils and you go out in the sun for the same period of time, let's say you eat a seed oil and then you go out in the sun for an hour, and then you compare it to somebody who doesn't eat a seed oil and goes out for an hour, you're telling me the one who ate the seed oil is going to get more sunburn?
Well, it's more like if you've been eating seed oils like for like years.
Okay, what would be the mechanism of action of that? How would that? The mechanism, like, what? Explain to me how that happens. Like, what in the seed oil
It's
leads
some medical
to?
shit. You just gotta look it up. Look it up real quick. It's just some medical shit.
But this is your claim, though.
Oh well, that's just like what I think.
All right, you're trolling. Goodbye.
I'm not.
If you're not trolling, then you're a fucking idiot. like, I'd rather have you be trolling. I would rather have you be trolling. It would make me have at least slightly more faith in people. Hello, how you doing?
Good.
All right. How old are you?
27.
Cool. What do you disagree with?
Raw milk is like objectively good for you, bro.
Okay. How so?
How did you guys get so stupid?
Okay. How's it good for us?
It improves health and bone marrow.
How? How so?
It's scientific. It's just what the studies say, man.
Okay. Tell me a study. Send me a study. I'll pull it up right now. Send me a study.
There was a study by the University of Oklahoma that said people who drink raw milk have greater bone density. I think that study was in like 2018.
What's the
what
title of
it was
the
called,
study?
but if you look up University of Oklahoma, raw milk, you'll find it.
University of Oklahoma
raw milk study.
And did they compare it to regular milk? Because sure,
Yes.
drinking milk could.
Yeah,
Okay,
they
we'll
did.
see. We'll see. Are you 100% sure of that?
I'm dead ass.
Okay. I've not seen this come up, but you're welcome to cite it yourself.
Wait, what? That's a lie.
Okay, then cite it yourself, because this isn't my
No,
job.
no,
This
no,
is
no.
literally
You
the point of
see it.
lie.
It's just
This is
you
think
see
off,
it.
think
You're
off,
just not
think
wanting
off.
to show it.
So tell me the title of it so I can pull it up.
I don't remember the title. Can you remember
Okay,
the
but
title?
that's the whole
here we
point
go.
of it.
Here we
That's
go.
the whole
Interrupting
point of
me
this
again.
conversation. Okay, that's the whole point of the conversation. Okay, like, did you expect to just come up here and have me do all the research for you? Yeah, of course nothing comes up. I typed in University of Oklahoma raw milk study. There was somebody named Dr. Christina Werner at the University of Oklahoma who investigated the history of human milk consumption. There was a study done by the Raw Milk Institute, which I'm sure is certainly not biased by any means, right? But that also wasn't what he was saying. Here's another one: foodborne illness outbreaks linked to unpasteurized milk. Or raw milk. I think that's the one I typically cite actually. Let me see. God damn it, I hate these things. Stupid thing to see if you're a bot where you have to click on the pictures, select all the ones that have a bridge. I don't fucking know. I can't see. Get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I don't know if that's a bridge or not. All right. Oh, so here's one. So this is actually different than the one I. Yeah, it has advanced. Yeah. The one I normally cite, it goes from 2009 to 2014, looking at the foodborne illness outbreaks from unpasteurized to pasteurized milk. This one is from 1998 to 2018. That's even longer, and I'm curious as to what it says here. I'm going to favorite this study here, or bookmark it, whatever the fuck it's called. Add bookmark. Let's add this. Okay, let's see what this one says. So this one, they're also looking at the differences between the two. Yeah, I mean, I can read the conclusion, but I want to see the data. It says, in conclusion, we find that access on pasteurized cow's milk continues to result in outbreaks in the United States. Most outbreaks occurred in states where the sale of unpasteurized milk is expressly allowed by law, and children were more affected compared to other age groups. Yeah, but I want to see the numbers, though, because that's what I care about, the numbers. Anybody else want to come on up who's opposition, by the way? But that's a long-term study, though. 1998 to 2018. That's 20 years. That's a long time. In our analysis of outbreaks based on state laws, 78% of outbreaks linked to unpasteurized milk occurred in states where the sale of unpasteurized milk was expressly allowed in retail. That's not relevant to what I'm talking about. That's not what I want to see. Well, I think this is just looking at the outbreaks by the states. I don't think it's looking at necessarily between unpasteurized and pasteurized. Well, hold on. Okay, so jurisdictions where unpasteurized milk sales were allowed were estimated to have a 3.2 times greater number of outbreaks and a 2.9 times greater number of outbreak-associated illnesses compared with jurisdictions where retail sales were prohibited of raw milk. Among jurisdictions where sale of unpasteurized milk was allowed, those where sale was allowed in retail stores were estimated to have a 3.6 times greater number of outbreaks and 3.2 times greater number of outbreak-associated illnesses compared with jurisdictions where sale was allowed on farms only. Okay. Of the 74 single-state outbreaks linked to unpasteurized milk from 2013 to 2018, 58 of those outbreaks occurred in states where the sale of unpasteurized milk was allowed in retail stores, farmer markets, or on the farm where produced, which wouldn't make sense. Huh. Very interesting. What else do we got here? Yeah, I don't care too much about that. I just want to look at the difference between unpasteurized and pasteurized. Well, here's a map. I have a data chart of all of the outbreaks. This is interesting. And yeah, as an absolute number, there's not a large amount. So like when they come in here and they say there's only been like, I don't know, 100 over the last couple of decades. Well, that's true, but like, why A, would you take that chance? And B, it's just, if you look at the difference between that and pasteurized milk, there's still going to be a stark difference between the two. So between, keep tapping and sharing, guys. Again, if you disagree with the background, come on up at the opposite. If you are opposition, come on up. We're just looking for anybody who disagrees with the background. So during from 2013 to 2018, there were 75 outbreaks and 675 illnesses linked to unpasteurized milk. Among ill people with information available, 263, 39% were female. 93 of them, which is 14%, were young children, younger than 5. 232, which is 34%, were ages 5 to 19. These outbreaks resulted in a reported 98 hospitalizations, including 10, I don't know what HUS, what's HUS? What's that? HUS cases, and 2 GBS, or Miller-Fisher syndrome. I don't know what HUS, I assume it's some sort of illness. 2 deaths were reported. During 1998 to 2018, the median number of outbreaks linked to unpasteurized milk per year during this period, during the study period, was 10 outbreaks. The estimated mean number of outbreaks was significantly higher during 2005 to 11 compared to 98 to 04. That's interesting. Is there literature on estrogen levels in soy consumption? Yeah, there's actually a lot of research done on that. There's, off the top of my head, like 40 randomized control trials, human randomized control trials on soy and estrogen levels, or just various hormone levels. Not all of them look at specifically just estrogen. Some of them look at estrogen in relation to like testosterone or SHBG or free test or things like that. But yeah, there's like 30 or 40 of them, and none of them show any significant increase in estrogen nor a significant decrease in testosterone when given various amounts of soy, by the way. And they look at them where they give like various doses of them. Some of them in which they give very high doses of soy, like doses in which like nobody would ever really typically eat in a given day or week. So HUS is, I'm not going to be able to pronounce it, hemolytic uremic syndrome. I don't know what that is, but it sounds bad. Sounds like something I don't want. Is this rage bait? If you want it to, it is. If you don't want it to, then it's not. That is totally up to you if it's rage bait. So it doesn't give estrogen. It gives components similar building blocks of estrogen. No, so you're talking about phytoestrogen. But at the end of the day, what people would be caring about is, does it like affect your hormone levels? Does it change anything worth caring about? Right? Like that's what people are trying to get at the end of the day. Like, does it change? Like, right? Does it increase estrogen? Does it change something within the human body that would cause some sort of negative health effect? Is what I assume you're trying to get at. And so, like, what measures would you have to look at, though? You would have to just look at their estrogen levels or other similar hormone levels or things like that. Yeah. It's a medical emergency where you're peeing blood. That sounds awful. That just sounds awful. I will pass on that. I will pass on peeing blood. Raw milk sucks. Well, tell that to the people who seem to be obsessed with drinking raw milk. Well, thank you, Nora. I appreciate your input there. It really was very important to the whole conversation. Oops, sorry, guys. I'm just looking at the YouTube comments. I'll respond to some of them in a second. Almost like phytoestrogens aren't human estrogen. Exactly. Just because something is in its molecular structure is similar, that doesn't mean it is that thing or it does that same thing. Like, H2O is very similar to hydrogen peroxide if you look at the molecular structure, but I promise you they are very different things. and they will they will cause very different effects if you have one versus the other. So most commonly from E. coli, where your blood vessels are damaged. Interesting. Well, one more reason to not have raw milk. Does it weird anyone else out that milk is made from blood? What do you mean? It reminds me of how not all collagen can be absorbed into the skin topically. Yeah, no, if you like, some of those are kind of popular, like collagen supplements and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be able to absorb certain things through the skin. But a lot of those benefits are overhyped, anyways. Way overhyped. Breast milk, blood, and nutrients. I'll be honest, I didn't know the exact process of it, Marley, so I'll take your word for it. My thing is accurate. Other animal milk is terrible for humans. Well, Drickstick, I want to make it clear that I'm talking about raw milk, not pasteurized milk. I'm not aware of any evidence to show that drinking pasteurized milk as part of an otherwise healthy diet would be bad for humans. I'm not aware of any evidence that would suggest that. Now, I think probably your average human, your average adult should probably not drink tons of milk just due to how calorically dense it is and the saturated fat content, but that would be dose dependent. Well, Fly Hunter, let's think a little bit above what you just said right there. What you're suggesting is that humans did something for a long period of time. We're alive today, therefore that thing that we did was the most optimal for our health, and there was no better way of doing things. All your statement is saying is that humans have made it to this year, to 2026, in spite of that, right? What you're suggesting doesn't show that we were the healthiest doing that, or that we could have been healthier not doing, or we could have been healthier not doing that, right? So yes, humans have drank it for thousands of years. Humans did a lot of things for thousands of years. For thousands of years, we didn't have modern medicine. For thousands of years, we didn't have cars. For thousands of years, we really didn't have anything that we have today. That doesn't mean you can't improve upon what we had, or that there weren't things that we were doing that weren't detrimental to our health. Plumbing, that's another good example. That would be like saying humans have been alive for thousands of years without plumbing. Why do we need plumbing now? It would be silly to say that. How long have we had toilet paper? I would assume they used leaves and stuff in the past. I don't know. I can imagine not having toilet paper, but that was their problems, not mine. We did used to unalive at an earlier age. However, I will say this, though. I mean, a lot of that was due to anyone from like the age of the 0 to 5 unaliving from things, which would offset the median age or the mean age at which people unalived. Dr. Ids is very good. I think people should follow Dr. Ids. However, if you do take away those outliers, the average human lifespan was definitely longer or higher than 35, but that still doesn't take away from what you said. I agree with what you're saying, obviously. But yeah, a lot of that was due to improper food storage practices and improper like routes of medicine or methods of using medicine and things like that. They use sponges on a stick. That is gross. That's very gross. Yeah, like the fact that we all have, at least most people all have fridges, right? Like that in of itself would increase the human lifespan. The fact that people prior to didn't have fridges they weren't able to keep food around for longer, and the food wouldn't be safe for a long period of time. Yeah, that also caused more issues. And yeah, there were just worse food practices back then. People did not pasteurize their milk. People sometimes wouldn't cook their meat or whatever, at least all the way through. So things like that. Also, too, of course, the medicine that we had wasn't nearly as good. You used to share the sponge on the stick. That sounds like a good time. Sounds like a recipe for spreading diseases. Like no thanks. I'd rather have a dirty butt. Yeah, it's like some of these people didn't play Oregon Trail when they were younger. Like, you guys all remember that game. Like, it seems like fucking every 5 minutes somebody unalive does some stupid goddamn thing. All of which we don't unalive from anymore. At least hardly if all ever. I think some of these people who are pro raw milk drinkers need to like play Oregon Trail, because then you would know. That game was so fucking annoying, though. I hated that game. Really pissed me off. Everything about it pissed me off. Hi.
How's it going, man?
Good, man. How old are you?
I'm 19.
All right. What's up? You
Yeah, I
disagree with
just wanted
something
to
in the
ask you,
background?
like, how did you determine that seed oils are bad for you?
I'm just denying the claim that they are. People make the claim, all sorts of claims, that they cause inflammation, they cause cancer, they cause this. I haven't seen any
So, let me
sufficient.
tell you, like,
I just haven't seen sufficient evidence to show that to be the case.
so all of like the nutritional studies on seed oils, like,
What's
you
the
just didn't have.
which ones? I thought they're all paid off. I thought we can't look at studies because they're all paid off by big food. No.
No, because they're demonstrable and falsifiable. So,
Okay, so cite me a study that shows seed oils are bad.
alright. Here
A
you
good
go.
study. A good study.
There you go. The effect of seed oils on the human body by Morgan Friedman.
Would you like to give me a study, man?
Yeah, I just gave you.
Okay, I'm not going to do trolling, so I'll give you one more.
Yeah, how is that troll? Are you just denying the study or confused?
By Morgan Freeman.
No, I said Morgan Freeman,
Morgan Freeman.
not Friedman. Freeman.
Okay. What's the PMID?
Let me get that for you. One second. It's not on PubMed, but they have their like own ID system on the site. So here you go. Okay. The hash. Wait, can I give you the hash for it instead?
Sure.
Okay, so it's FUCK YOU, your mother.
Yet another person who can't prove their fucking claims. That's it. One after another can't do it. One after another. How come people are allergic to seed oil, soy, and stuff like that? Because people can be allergic to anything. That's like saying there are people who are allergic to peanuts, therefore we shouldn't eat peanuts. That's weird. But is what better for you? I'm trying to read through some of these YouTube comments here. No, none of them have any research. They don't have the research because the research doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. All right. Well, Zark, maybe you'll be the first person in this live to actually come on up and make some sort of coherent point. I doubt you will. I'm 99% sure you're going to hide in the comments, that you're not going to come up, and you're definitely not going to provide a single source for your claim. I'm 99% sure of that. But maybe you'll prove me wrong. Still did it. He's refusing the invitations. Yeah. Not surprised. Oregon Trail's their original Rage game. Yeah. I don't even think I played that game all that much. I just watched my brother or sister play it mostly. Because I just fucking hated it. Humans were not designed to drink cow's milk? What do you mean by designed? Or lack thereof? How did you come to that conclusion? What you're insinuating is that they're designed by something or someone in which there is a specific thing they should or should not be having. What designer are you talking about? Sure, Zarkberg, sure. The age-old excuse. Make a comment in the comments section refuting what I have in the prompt. When somebody invites you, you claim you can't come up. Classic. Are you a cow? Yeah, that's truth. Let's, again, get past that. Are you a plant? You eat plants, right? Are you a peanut? You eat peanuts. Why don't you just provide something to show that drinking milk at all is bad for us? I would agree. I would assume you would agree with me that drinking raw milk is bad. We can get past that point. I would like for you to tell me why drinking milk in general is bad. And it doesn't matter about being designed. I don't believe in a designer, so that's not gonna... Anyway, whether I'm a cow or not doesn't tell us why drinking milk is bad for us. Just tell us why it's bad for us. That's it. You get one chance to troll, one levy. That's it. You're done. That's it. Yeah, one chance. One opportunity. There you go. You got it, Kat. Somebody got it. But yeah, the truth on YouTube. Just if you want to explain to me why you believe like just milk in general is bad, I'd like to hear your argument. Wesley, if you want to tell us why you believe pasteurized milk is bad for us in relation to raw milk, then I want research though. I want data. I don't want like reasons in the sense that you couldn't back them up. But sure, Wesley, you can go ahead. You can call on in. There's the phone number to call on in. So if you want, you can do that. Hello, Ray. Good cat. Happy to hear that. It's generally bad because of the hormones in it. I mean, what hormones are you specific? When I'm talking about milk, obviously I'm talking about milk as is. Obviously, if you're adding something to a product it's not quite that product anymore, it's something else. Zark, hello. Hello. You actually accepted a request. What's up? You ran. Okay, cool. Wonderful. Bacteria, enzymes, when you pasteurize milk, it kills all that. You can live off raw milk. You cannot live off pasteurized milk. Wesley, remember when I asked you to provide research and not just reasoning? You have to actually back up what you're saying, okay? So call in the number, Wesley, 813-603-8878. I want you to provide evidence, actual objective data, research, that shows when raw milk is heated, that good enzymes are killed off. I would like for you to show that. Otherwise, it's just a claim you're making that can't be backed up. It is, Gary. Welcome. You're first in line. And also last in line. But you didn't spell it correctly. You put an E after the D. Grinder doesn't have an E after the D. It's Grindr. You must be new to the club. Cubs. Absolutely Cubs. For sure. For sure. All right. Well, people on YouTube, you can call in the number. There's some opinionated people there, but you're not going to come on up. You're okay, Little Trey. We all forgive you. You're okay. Prehistorics weren't allergic to shit. How do you know that to be true, Prime? How do you know objectively that's true? That prehistoric people weren't allergic to anything? Please show that. Thank you, Marley. Yeah, she'll be here until, I think, like Wednesday of next week, something like that. I apparently so, Daniel. Stop saying buzzwords or non-engagement to argument. Allergies relate to the immune system, which protects us from what? Something that is perceived as a threat. Okay. Prime, you're going to have to provide evidence that people back then didn't have allergies, okay? You're going to have to prove that point before you talk about anything else, because your whole argument's based on that, Prime. So prove that for one. And two, you're going to have to somehow provide proof that whatever we're doing today with our food is somehow causing a net negative compared to how people ate thousands of years ago. You got like two big things you got to prove in order for your overall point to come true. Zarkbark, you already had your chance to come on up. And plus, you said you're busy. You said you're having dinner with the family or something. So you really shouldn't be commenting. Okay? Remember when you said that? Thank you, Tammy. Thanks for the baseball cap. Let's see. Artificial food dyes are banned in Europe. That's not an argument. You're just stating something. And no, they're not. Stop getting your information from fitness influencers. And if you do, please try to look into what they're saying. Artificial dyes are not banned in Europe. I don't know where you got this information from. They are not. And even if they were, that doesn't tell us why they're good or bad. Plenty of things are banned or not banned. That doesn't determine if they're good or bad. Connor, what's up?
How are seed oils bad?
I'm saying they're not.
No, sorry. I meant, how are they good? Sorry.
Well, I'm saying they're not bad. There's a difference between something being not bad and good. However, I'll still entertain what you're saying.
Okay, let me ask you something. Okay.
Sure.
Everyone I've seen, they've all said seed oils are like really bad.
Cool.
So, like literally everyone, they all said seed oils are like
who's they?
or something.
Who's they?
Like people on my feed page, they all said that seed oils are bad.
Well, that's why, because that's your For You page. Your For You page gives you what you want. Why would it give you the opposite of what you want?
No, I'm
do you not know how the algorithm works?
I'm just asking you, like, I don't know anything about the situation. I'm just asking you to inform me.
So, but why do you think they're bad? From the videos that you would watch, why did they say they're bad?
Okay, they all said, like, some, you know what, I haven't listened really, but they all said just, like, it's just like cancer shit. Like, it's just cancer.
It's cancer shit. That's your argument?
It's not about argument, mate. I'm just asking you to inform me if I'm right or wrong.
What do you mean? What do you mean by cancer shit?
They just said seed oils are bad, mate. I'm asking you to tell me if they're not bad or if they're bad.
But then I'm just going to be yet another person that you're just listening to or not listening to. How would you determine if what I'm saying is correct or not? I can tell you anything.
If you give me some sources, maybe, then I could determine it.
Well, okay. So what sources did you get from those people to come to the conclusion that they're are carcinogen?
That's a good point, mate. If you could literally give me one source, then that would be more than they could.
So I don't understand like what's going on here then.
I'm just asking.
Okay, but I can't prove a negative though. I can't prove a negative. I can't prove something is not a
In your
carcinogen.
mind, why are seed oils bad then? Because like rape.
Again, not bad. Again, not bad. Because people confuse the consumption of seed oils with the consumption of processed food and high caloric foods. That's why people think they're bad, and they're unfairly demonizing the seed oils when it's the high calories that they are having and the processed foods that they are having that are bad. It's
Isn't
not the
high
seed
calorie
oils.
bad though, mate?
High calories for a nation in which the average caloric intake is 3,200 calories. Yeah, calorically dense food is probably not the best for people.
Yeah.
So that's what's not good. The fact that people are eating a lot of calories and getting a lot of weight very quickly and eating foods that aren't filling. It's not the seed oils specifically, because if the seed oils are part of an otherwise healthy diet, they would be fine, and they are fine.
What about artificial sweeteners? What's the problem there?
I don't believe there is a problem. People say there is, but I think they're a net benefit compared to sugar. I think you have to compare it to something, and if you compare it to sugar, which would be the likely alternative, then you are saving calories, and again, that would be yet another way to save calories.
I'm only here to get informed. What about what like exactly?
Okay,
about...
listen, I can't teach you this. I stopped. This isn't a fucking educational live, right? Just teach everybody. It's a debate. You can listen via the comments, though. In the comments. Hello, Wizard.
Hey, and you're still doing this argument, bro?
Doing
this
yeah.
shit
So
for like a year.
Yeah, that's cool. What do you disagree with in the background?
I mean, do you enjoy seed oils?
What do you disagree with in the background?
I think that beef tallow tastes way better than seed oils.
What do you disagree with in the backgrounds for the third time?
Raw milk isn't bad.
Okay. Why do you think it's not bad?
It comes from Mother Nature, man.
Okay. So does poison ivy. Your point.
Right, but you're not consuming poison ivy, are you?
Exactly.
Right, but you consume raw milk.
I'm not. No. What does
Right,
Mother
you
Nature have to
prefer-
do with anything?
What do you mean? It's natural.
So is eating
You
a
prefer
cow without
processed garbage?
So is eating a cow without cooking it. Is that a good idea?
Do you want to consume raw meat?
That's natural. It's Mother Nature.
The Amish drink raw milk all the time.
It's Mother Nature. It's natural. That's a process, cooking the meat. By your logic,
Amish
that
drink
would
raw
make
milk
it
all the
better.
time.
We're not talking about the Amish people, and the Amish
Why?
people
Because they
aren't
debunk
healthy.
your argument?
Can you provide evidence that they're healthier than the average citizen? Or are you just going to continuously repeat things that you heard from your
Can you provide evidence?
wizard? First of all, you keep
Can you
jumping
provide
from
evidence they're sick?
you
or
keep
no?
you keep jumping from point to point because you don't actually know enough about this topic. So you're repeating things that you have heard from your little reels that you have scrolled through. Okay, so we're going to stick on one thing. Okay, since you've jumped to two different things. Raw milk we're sticking to. Raw milk specifically. What does something being in Mother Nature have to do with it? How does that determine if something is good or bad for you?
You tell me.
You're the one who made the claim.
You're the expert that says raw milk.
You're the one who made the claim. If you don't know, just say you don't know.
I'm saying that raw milk is fine. People drink it all the time.
Why? People do a lot of things all the time. That doesn't make it good. People smoke cigarettes all the time. Doesn't make it good.
So you're not debunking my argument. Why is it bad?
You're the one who has to show that they're good, okay? All the evidence shows that on a per capita basis,
Your
or on a
shit
per
says
consumption
raw milk is
a
bad.
per consumption basis, that there's a significantly higher chance of getting E. coli and salmonella and listeria from raw milk versus pasteurized milk. And your little claim
Doug, you're
that
saying
the
that raw
and
milk
your
is
little
bad.
claim that the Amish drink raw milk, okay, show us that they're healthier. Show us that the Amish are healthier specifically because they drink raw milk. Otherwise, your claim that they drink raw milk means nothing.
Doug, you're the
Are
one
you
that's
going to provide
claiming
any
raw
evidence?
milk is bad. You're making a claim.
Okay. So you want me to cite a
Burden
study?
of proof is on you. Why is it bad?
Sure, because there's an 840 times greater chance of getting an illness and a 45 times greater chance of being hospitalized for the study where Sure. When I show you it, are you going to go ahead and say that it's paid off by the Jews or something, or what?
Sure. By the Jews? What are you, anti-Semitic, dude?
Okay, so let's go ahead and read it, because that's typically your guys' argument. Okay, so the title is...
typical, right? Look how you jumped right away from that, right? You don't want to get your life taken down.
Well, yeah, the far right tends to be anti-Semitic.
Far right? You assume I'm far right because I drink raw milk?
I assume you're far right because you deny science. Yeah. So outbreak-related
Because I deny
disease.
science?
Because
Doug, how many times? How much are you
outbreak.
vaccinated,
Shut
bro? You sound
up.
I'm denying science.
Outbreak disease. I'm reading you the study.
You're crashing out. You're not reading shit.
Outbreak-related disease burden associated with the consumption of unpasteurized cow's milk and cheese. United States,
Notice
2009
how
and
he doesn't put it up on the
2014.
screen.
2009 and 2014. Unpasteurized milk consumed by only 3.2% of the population cause 96% of the illnesses caused by contaminated dairy products. Thus, unpasteurized dairy products cause 840 times more illnesses.
What illnesses?
And 40 times more hospitalizations. E. coli, salmonella, listeria, etc. There's your study. Now go ahead and respond.
3.2% of the people that drink.
Go ahead and respond. I gave you a study. Go ahead and respond.
Yeah, what study is that?
Just cited it for you.
What study is that, Doug?
Just cited it for you.
What study, Doug?
I'll read it one more time. Outbreak-related disease burden associated with the consumption of unpasteurized cow's milk and cheese, United States, 2009-2014. PMID 285-18026. Go ahead.
And who's it written by?
Go ahead.
Is it triple blind tested?
Okay.
I didn't think so, is it?
Do you have any evidence that it's good for us? Or are you just going to repeat misinformation that you heard?
So you're going by one non-triple blind test that's basis of your argument?
I told you when I gave you the study that you were going to pivot to something else. Now, do you have a study?
Do I need a study? I don't need a study.
Yes, you do.
Why do I need a study?
Because you're claiming that it's good for us versus pasteurized milk.
You're claiming it's bad based upon a internet study article.
I don't know what an internet study is. Every study you can access on the internet. By default, every study is an internet study.
Consume, Doug?
Tell me why raw milk is good for us. And provide evidence.
I don't think it's any worse than pasteurized.
Well, if there's an 840 times greater chance of getting an illness and 45 times greater chance of getting hospitalized, sure it is.
Somebody on the internet, dude.
It's not somebody on the internet. It's by the data of people who got sick from dairy products.
By the data of somebody who got... Okay, so who's getting sick, Doug?
Wizard. What they looked at was all of the people in a 5-year span who got sick from dairy products. And then they looked at the people who drank unpasteurized versus pasteurized. Of those, there was an 840 times greater chance of those people being sick from unpasteurized. Anything. I just read the study 3 different times.
You just read it, dude.
So you think I just made up those words off the top of my head?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, good. You can leave then. I'm not going to argue with someone who's not going to be here in good faith. I cited the study, the title study twice. I gave you the PMID. And I read it from you. I read the study, the specific part of it, like 2 times. He's almost certainly a flat earther. And I don't think it was a far guess for me to assume that he was far right-leaning. He brought up vaccines. He brought up other misinformation about science. Can't imagine the guy is anywhere to the left of middle. No other animals consume milk in its adulthood, Mad, but nature is smarter than man. Again, guys, I'm not saying pasteurized milk is bad for us. I'm only saying unpasteurized is. Why do I link flat earth when anyone disagrees? Because if you're susceptible to believing one conspiracy theory, the likelihood that you're susceptible to believing another conspiracy theory goes up significantly. The chances of somebody who's a raw milk proponent of raw milk, the chances of that person being a flat earther is like multitude times higher than somebody who's not a proponent of raw milk. If you're anti-science in one area, again, you're going to be more likely to be anti-science in another area, and another area, until you get to the point of somebody being a flat earther, denying gravity or denying the moon landing, things like that. So, but then we have a guy who thinks he knows more than anyone else, but he couldn't provide a single argument. Wizard of Ozempic couldn't provide a single argument other than nuh-uh. That was his entire argument. It was just nuh-uh. That was it. Nuh-uh. And then he just repeats the same old phrase of trust the science. That doesn't mean anything. You've seen it, doesn't mean anything. Science is just simply a process at finding information. There's the scientific process. You would have to use the scientific process yourself to come to your conclusion. You would have to. Here's an observation. I mean, you would have to go through the entire steps of doing it. You'd have your hypothesis, you'd conduct a test, you'd have to do all those things. Whether you want to look at a study or do it yourself or however, but your observation apparently is that raw milk is not bad for us, or that people who drink raw milk are fine. Your hypothesis is that raw milk is not bad for us, and then you would have to conduct that study, but you didn't, and you can't, and you won't. Hello.
Remember when I dusted you in that last debate and you rage quit?
I don't know who you are. What did we talk about?
Seed oils.
Okay. What was your argument?
Well, essentially that seed oils are... Let me recall. So we talked about how seed oils are inherent to processed food. And so processed food is... in general unhealthy. It is something that
That's not telling me why seed oils are bad. You're saying because this thing is part of this and this thing can be this, therefore that thing is just tell me why seed oils are bad. That's it.
Well, if you follow the argument, I mean, you need.
But that's not an argument.
No,
tell me why seed oils are bad. Just seed oils specifically. Why are they bad?
Seed oils are highly engineered so that they can be stable at very high temperatures. And so that engineering and processing makes it so that you can have food that has longer shelf lives.
Okay.
So my argument is that the further you get away from nature, the worse it is for you. Processed food is an experiment gone bad.
Perfect. So show us why seed oils are bad. I'm just going to go ahead and ask the same thing I asked you to begin with. Why are seed oils bad?
I mean, I understand you have no response to that, so you just need to,
Why are okay? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and do this.
I know it.
Let's go ahead.
You're trying to
do this.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do this. What health effect do seed oils cause?
What health effect do seed oils cause?
Yeah.
Well,
what health issue, rather? What health issue?
Again, I know you don't like it. I'm tying this to processed food.
What health issue do they cause? What health issue do they
metabolic
cause?
syndrome. Metabolic syndrome.
How?
So that's hyperinsulinemia, hypertriglyceridemia, upper body fat obesity.
Show me.
I mean, use Google AI. I mean,
no. This isn't you. You have to provide the source.
Look around. Look at. I mean, yourself.
That's not data.
You're
That's
kind
not
of a chubby guy yourself.
That's not
source. I'd imagine
that's not a source. Not a source.
Overindulging in these processed food yourself. I'm totally off sources. I'm just anecdotes. I mean, you can look at, especially the health of the country with the highest consumption of processed foods on Earth.
Okay. Tell us. Stop. Show me a study in which seed oils, where they look at people who are given seed oils and they see metabolic syndrome. People have higher rates of metabolic syndrome because of the seed oils. Show me that.
I mean, I'm not sure why that's a requirement. I'm saying that
because that's the point of a debate. Slow down. Because that's what we do in a debate. If you make a claim that thing A causes this, and you're not providing evidence, I can't just take your word for it. Provide the evidence.
My evidence is look at the obesity.
Your evidence is look around.
Look at the health of
Here.
the United
I'm going to
States.
do what you're doing. I'm going to do what you were doing. Okay. This napkin exists. Okay. This napkin exists. Fat people exist. Therefore, this napkin causes fat people. This is literally your logic. So
it's not at all.
Show me evidence that this thing. Show me evidence that
you don't have. Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to debate logic. I'm not here to debate.
Show me evidence. Stop. Show me evidence that this thing causes the thing that you're talking about. Not just look around, because I can do the same thing with this napkin. So show me the evidence.
I mean, there's many studies that have been done showing,
Give me
especially
one.
if you look
Give
at
me one.
if you look
Give
at
me
fat,
one.
like Ansel Keys.
Give me one.
Are you familiar with the seven?
Give me one study. Give me one study.
Ansel Keys, the 7-country study, where they
What's
looked at.
the title of the study? What's the title of the study?
Ansel Keys, seven countries? It's a study that was written about by Gary Taubes in a book
7
called.
countries study. What are we looking at? And with this study, they looked specifically at seed oils, and they controlled for calories. They controlled for other things in people's diet. They controlled for lifestyle factors, and they looked at specifically seed oils causing metabolic syndrome.
Okay, I mean, I
Or no?
understand that you're getting upset that I'm making a point that you can't really contend with, but
What's your source? What's your study though? This isn't a study. All they showed was that people who are in more we can read through this. This is fine. This doesn't show anything about seed oils at all, though. All right. So this 7-country study launched in 1958. It was the first epidemiological research project to investigate the link between diet, lifestyle, and cardiovascular disease. Congrats. We already know there's a link between the two. It just tracked 12,763 middle-aged men to establish a relationship between saturated fat intake, which isn't going to bode well for you. Because saturated fat intake, saturated fat is in what? Butter and beef tallow. And so they looked at between it's not in seed oils, but it's not in seed oils, but it's not in seed oils though. In fact, unsaturated fats are in seed oils. So, anyways, let's continue reading this. Let's continue reading this thing. Let's continue reading the study.
Isn't my evidence.
So, what you just said it was though.
If you'll let me finish my point. So the 7 studies is what essentially it came out in the 50s, and once it made there's a lot of flaws about the study. Once it became popular, what happened is they demonized saturated fat in a sort of manner that made it so that low fats could be pushed by big pharma and big agri more accurately. And so that's when you saw low fat peanut butter and cereals. Cereals become common for breakfast, and this focus on processed foods. But if you look at what's happened to people's health since then, and again, processed foods.
Okay, I'm not talking about processed foods. I'm asking why seed oils are bad for us.
But seed oils are what make processed foods possible. Like, there's no.
Why are seed oils bad for us for like the 7th time?
Again, for the I've said this because they're highly engineered. No, I mean, I get that.
Give me a singular study.
I wish you were as right. I wish you were as right as you are annoying, because you don't get it.
I would be annoyed too if I was so confidently wrong about something and somebody made me look this stupid. I would be annoyed also. You're right. So do you have a singular study to show that seed oils?
All you can do is
do you have a singular study?
Talk over me demanding something that obviously.
Cite a study. I'll let you speak for 60 seconds. Cite a specific
it doesn't say cite a study. I'm
asking you, but that's how you prove a point in a debate. That's how you prove a point in a debate.
I'm saying look around. I mean, look at your tubby self.
Evidence. That look around is not evidence. Show me seed oils that those are bad. Nothing else. Seed
oils are highly engineered and
you keep repeating yourself. Give me a study where they look at seed oils and nothing else, and they look at people's health. Go.
Look at what processed food has done to people's health and what is
we are
inherent
talking
to
about
processed food.
Seed oils, not just processed foods as a whole.
But you can't. It's impossible. You can't.
Yes.
That's an impossible task.
Yes. It's not an impossible task because everything is processed. Process is a very vague term. Me cutting a steak is processing it. Okay? Process is a vague term.
You're being pedantic. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
It's the process by which, like Doritos chips. Doritos chips have seed oils in them so that they can survive a very high temperature and have a longer shelf life.
So show me why seed oils, once again, stop. Seed oils specifically, why are they bad? Not processed food. I already understand that processed food in general is bad for us. You don't have to argue with me on that. I already agree. Show me why seed oils are bad. Don't deviate to anything else. Seed oils.
Because they are inherent to processed foods. They are what make it possible to have a long shelf life and high temperatures, which make them processed foods. Okay. Nobody is out there gorging themselves on canola oil.
Again, time out.
And cottonseed oil. And nobody's drinking these things. It's
out. Okay. Thank God I needed that silence. Okay. Okay, you have to show me why seed oils specifically are bad. You ran like a big fucking pussy that you are. But sure, you're gonna come up in a week from now and say that you, whatever the fucking word that you said. What was the word? You dusted me? You mute, you lose? Well, maybe learn how to speak fucking on topic then. And I'll tell you what, Tanner, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you. You mute, you lose? That's stupid. Well, that just determines who wins a debate by who mutes them? Yeah, I let him speak for an incredibly long time, and I was restraining myself for a long ass time before muting him. He couldn't make the argument. He couldn't make the argument because he doesn't have an argument. You have to show me why seed oils and seed oils only are bad for us. Alright, let's get to this guest here. Hello.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Good. How old are you?
33.
Cool. And do you disagree with what I have in the background?
Most definitely. We spoke the other day, not at length, but I thought it was a joke. And I see you're still active. So actually,
We already spoke about it. What's the point of speaking again? We already
I'm
spoke about it.
extremely concerned for your mental health right now.
All right, cool. Take care. I'm not gonna hear with this fake empathy shit. Hey, how you doing?
You want to take some breaths before we go on?
Hello?
Hi, you want to take some breaths before we go on?
How old are you?
43.
Okay. Would you disagree with him? Would you disagree? Would you disagree with it? No, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. Would you disagree with that's in the background?
I mean, why are you starting off so rude? I'm being
Would you
helpful.
disagree with? Okay, you have a very staticky connection. I don't know what's up, but would you disagree with that I have in the background? No.
In real life, can you?
Okay, you have an echo. You have an echo. You have an echo. You have an echo. Whatever you're on, you have an echo.
Okay,
I'm gonna have to drop you unless you pick it up.
earphones.
Thank you.
Let me get my earphones. Buddy.
No, in real life, I can't mute someone, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Just show me why something in the background is bad. That's it.
Hi there. Is that better?
Hey. Okay. So what do you think in the background? What do you disagree with that I have in the background?
The seed oil. The same conversation you had with the second to last guest.
Okay. What health issue do you think they cause?
When you were asking, were you asking for a source?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted me to come up with a source.
What health issue do you think seed oils cause? And we'll go from there.
Long lasting on the shelf, man, just like the guy said.
What health issue do they cause? I don't think you answered that.
You don't think that would do anything to your health?
What health issue do they cause for the fourth time?
Are you autistic?
What health issue? What health issue do seed
Why
oils
even
cause?
talk to you? You're not going to change.
You
your
can't
mind
even
about
answer.
something.
You can't answer a basic question. You can't even tell me what issue they cause. This is embarrassing. Just
Cancer.
tell me
How
what
about
health
that?
issue they cause. Perfect.
Cancer.
Provide evidence. Perfect. Provide evidence.
Provide evidence. Provide evidence.
Yeah.
I just stated that it's cancer. There. How about that?
So
I
prove it.
answered your question.
Yeah, that's fine. So prove it.
It's proven already. Go do your own research. What's wrong?
Proven by who? Okay, great. What's the source? Prove me wrong in real time.
Yeah,
Real time, you can prove me.
Check it. You
So
can
what's the
check
source?
it yourself. What's wrong?
So what is the source?
It's called ChatGPT or Google. How about you?
Okay. So when I type in, do seed oils cause cancer? It's going to say yes. And when it doesn't, you're going to go pivot to something else?
No.
Okay. There is no conclusive evidence that seed oils cause cancer. Major health organizations like the American Institute for Cancer Research and the Cancer Council Australia do not link moderate consumption of seed oils to an increased risk of cancer.
Okay. What about breathing problems?
Okay. So you said you weren't going to pivot to something else.
I'm just answering a different thing. What's wrong?
What do you mean by breathing problems? What do you mean by that?
Lung cancer.
We just said it doesn't cause cancer. There's no conclusive evidence that it does. I literally just read that. You told me to type that in.
How about blindness?
Okay, are you just gonna start naming things?
I'm just saying.
So you're just gonna just rattle one thing after another and just hope that you're right?
No, I'm just stating maybe that could be it.
Okay. Do seed oils cause blindness? No, there's no.
I love being a.
No, there's no credible scientific evidence.
Being a puppet master.
There is no credible scientific evidence. There's no credible. There's no credible. There's no credible. There's no credible. There's no credible scientific evidence. There's no credible. There's no credible. There's no credible. There's no credible scientific. There's no credible. 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 There's no credible scientific evidence proving that seed oils cause blindness.
OCD autism. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? Why argue with people like yourself? If you have autism, it's fine. If you're autistic, that's fine. You have OCD, that's fine. You'll never change your mind. Everything you think is right. Why do
have you provided evidence? Well, you haven't provided evidence.
Have you ever said sorry to anybody?
Absolutely.
Have you ever said sorry to an opposition? Yes or no?
Something I was worth sorry for, but do you have evidence of these claims?
Just answer the question.
Yes. Now do you have evidence? Yes. Now do you have evidence of this?
Oh, you have?
Yes. Now provide evidence that seed oils are bad, and we're not going to pivot to anything else. Do you have evidence that seed oils are bad? Yes or no? If not, I'm moving on to the next test. Do you have evidence that they are bad? Yes or no?
Why do you have to ask all the?
Because it's my live, you dumb fuck. He threatened to hurt now. He can go fuck himself, though. He can go fuck himself all the way. Alright, let's mute, block, all that fun shit. Sounded old and drunk, yeah. Pretty much. Seed oils will make you look like there's a lot of guys on screen. There's actually everybody in that picture is eating seed oil. So, Quartz, you're telling me if we eat seed oils, we'll look like RFK? We'll look like Trump? In that case, I'll never eat them. Alright. Blood muted me. Well, if we muted you, you wouldn't have been able to say that. So, Alright, anyone else want to take a shot? Or are you guys just going to continue doing your bullshit? Zark, you can come up, Zark. You are welcome to come on up and provide evidence for your claim. You're welcome to do that. Maybe if you weren't so full of aspartame, your testosterone would still be registering. I don't have aspartame justified. I don't like the taste of it at all. I don't know what makes you think that I have aspartame. I don't like it. That's what you get for assuming justified. Couldn't tell you the last time I had aspartame. So, there goes that. Also, I can almost guarantee my testosterone is higher than yours. It would have to be because I'm on TRT. So unless you're also on TRT, then it's surely not higher than mine. What about kratom? Kratom has nothing to do with this. I'm not going to talk about kratom here. I don't know why he brought up kratom. Alright, well, justified. Just if you want to just provide some sort of argument, you're welcome to do so, but whatever you're doing in the comments isn't providing an argument, so. What other evidence we got here? Liberals are pushing for unhealthy foods. Sure they are. Sure. Because the Trump administration is pushing for healthy foods. Sure they are. Trump could literally advocate for clean air and liberals would start leaving their car on. Well, you can say that. And you can say that if he said cancer was bad, that liberals would just say cancer is good. However, we already have evidence that they're defunding various research on cancer, and you guys don't give a fuck about that. So Trump can literally defund certain cancer projects, and you guys don't give a shit. So we don't have to speculate. It's literally happening. In fact, they have defunded it by like near 50%, the amount that I have put towards cancer research. So I don't see you in arms about that. But sure, you're going to have some sort of half-witty response to that. That's not going to really respond to anything. But unfortunately, the Trump administration is not pushing for healthy foods, because last time I checked, raw milk is not healthy. It is worse for you than pasteurized milk. And I don't know what else they are pushing for that is healthy, but you are welcome to call in and provide an argument. All right. What are these guests that are requesting, and then I might try to bring them up, they don't come up. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Hey, I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, cool. And do you disagree with anything I have in the background?
Yeah.
Okay. What?
Raw milk being bad.
Okay. Do you think it's just like neutral, or do you think it's like good for us?
I think it's amazing for us.
Okay. Based on what?
Based on the scientific research that we've done on it.
Okay. Like what?
Testing pH levels in your body, for example, just ruins all the enzymes that says is harmful in raw milk, but it isn't.
Wait, what was that last part? I misheard you. What was it?
Any of the enzymes that are considered bad in raw milk, our body's acid kills. So, I mean, it really doesn't matter.
But you said it's good. What's good for us about raw milk, though?
It's the same as normal milk, just better vitamin, like, how do I say it? Better vitamin content.
Better vitamin of what?
Better
Are you in the
vitamin
bathtub?
content?
Are you in the bathtub right now?
Of course I am. I gotta be clean.
Okay. So what vitamin content is it better in?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. All right. Good argument, I guess.
Yeah.
Actually, this was probably one of the better arguments I've heard today. I'm not even joking. I've heard some horrible arguments today. This was actually one of the better ones. At least you got somewhere, but not far enough.
Man, I didn't even know a word I was saying. I was just saying big words. I'm just in the bathtub.
Okay. Do you got anything else, or is that it?
No, I just wanted to let you know I'm in the bathtub.
All right, man. Have fun with that, all right? Think of me, okay?
Okay.
Please? Okay. I mean, if he was weird, I guess I was weird back, but it's okay. I'm allowed to be weird. I get a pass. All right, Shay, you've been like begging to come on up, basically. Well, almost begging. You've been bringing it up in the comments, and I've like, no, I can't hear you because you're loading. This take is horrendous, maybe, but if you want to come on up and tell me why it's horrendous, you're welcome to. All right, Shay, I'm going to go ahead and bring you back down, but re-request, but you have tried requesting like 4 different times now, so I don't really have faith that it's going to work this time around. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, I came up here to ask, just a question right quick, like in terms of raw milk, in regards to raw milk, my bad.
Yeah, what's up?
So the problem is that, well, how can I say this? In regards to raw milk, you don't. The reason why some people don't get sick from drinking it is because, is it because the farmer they get it from has takes extremely good care of his cows and feeds them right and actually takes care of them, don't put them in close quarters where they're able to get sick easily.
But
Hello.
yeah, so what about it?
Yeah. So is that the reason why some people don't get sick?
Well,
And
no, I mean not
from
everything's
drinking?
not everything's binary. Uh, like cigarettes, right? Like we know it causes cancer, but that doesn't mean every single person who takes one puff of a cigarette is going to get cancer. Right? It just means the chances of these things would be increased greatly by the very nature of having that thing. Now, can the health of the cow play a role? I'm sure. I'm sure a sick cow would probably make it more likely that you would get an issue with from it. But the very nature of the milk coming from the cow, not being pasteurized, would just pose a risk because of the small amounts of poop and blood that can end up in there, just from where it's coming from. It's coming from an area where other things leak
So
out as well.
yeah, I'm aware. Yeah, it's an animal, obviously, right? You're gonna have other things get into it generally,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I do think if people want to drink raw milk, though, like what would you recommend exactly?
I recommend they
To boost
don't.
their health.
I just recommend they don't. I just there's no reason to. You're not getting an additional benefit. It would be one thing if there was like some crazy benefit from raw milk, like you got this like one super special ingredient that like increase your lifespan by 10 years. All right, I can totally see that, but there's just no benefit to it, right? Like there are some vitamins I will give that are in like a couple percentages greater in raw milk versus pasteurized, but that's like a negligible difference in one's diet. That doesn't seem like a big enough difference, a benefit to worth having raw milk. So I just recommend
But
people don't have it.
yeah, I think the common like argument is that boiling it, basically destroys the nutrients or something like that, right?
Well, you don't boil it with pasteurized milk. That's a common misconception. You do heat it up, yes, but you're not boiling it. Boiling it is 212 degrees, right? That's what the boiling temperature of water. Um, but you're only heating raw milk, depending on the process, about 140 to 160 degrees. So it's still very shy of the boiling point.
Okay. And one last question in regards to artificial sweeteners, right? It was one artificial sweetener. I forget the name of it, but like it is believed that it increased the risk of cancer. I think it was aspartame, something like that. Yeah.
You're probably confusing because there's a difference between a link between something and two things, or one thing causing another. Would there be a link? Sure, but there's a link between many things in cancer. The question is, does intaking that thing cause cancer? Right? Because we know there almost certainly is a link, because in general, the people that happen to have aspartame or artificial sweeteners in general are people who tend to be more overweight. There are people who tend to smoke more. There are people who tend to drink more alcohol. And there are people who tend to work out less. All of which we know definitely can lead to cancer. So that would be a correlation causation fallacy. So yes, is there a link? Yeah. Is there a cause and effect? No.
Okay. That's it.
If that
Just
makes
the
sense.
question
If
I
that
had.
makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure, man.
of course. Yeah.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll bring you down. Hope you have a good one. All right, take care. There's a link between living and cancer. 100% of the people who've gotten cancer have lived in their life. There's a link between water and cancer. Every single person who's ever gotten cancer has drank water in their life. That's a goddamn high correlation. It's a really high correlation, actually. We could have normal conversations. However, though, he wasn't quite opposition, though. So, like, although I've had with this topic a couple over the times I've done this, like legit, like healthy debates, but it is very few and far between. The leading cause of death is birth. Exactly. Thank you, Max. I appreciate it. The water argument might be the worst ever. Well, I can't help it that you're too stupid to understand the point of what I said. That's on me. I can't understand it for you. But I'll try to rephrase it if that helps. The point is, just because there's a link between something, just because people who do or eat or intake this thing also have higher chance of getting this bad thing, that doesn't mean this causes that, right? Because 100% of the people who have gotten cancer have drank water. There's a link between water and cancer. You would never say water causes cancer. I don't know how else to explain that. Okay, if I know nothing about raw milk, why don't you come on up and just tell us instead of proclaiming it in all caps, Marion? Hello. Hello, how you doing? Well, if you can't join, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Nah, actually, I won't mute you. I'll let you, bitch. What's up?
Do you really not know anything about raw milk?
I don't know. You're the one who keeps saying it, so I don't know. It's apparently you think so. I don't know.
So,
Can you just tell us why
milk is not?
Do you think raw milk is good for us, or just?
It's very good for you. It's not heated.
I never said it was. I'm aware.
Someone in the comments said it's pasteurized.
Okay.
It's not heated.
I never said it was. Heated. Stop saying that. I never said it was.
Have you ever had raw milk?
Okay. Are you saying raw milk is good for us?
Yes.
Okay, why?
Because you don't kill off the good bacteria that's in the milk.
Okay, name me one of the good bacteria in the milk.
Well, I don't have that list in front of me, but you can Google it.
Oh, so you can't name it. Okay.
No, I don't have that list in front of me.
What is this good bacteria, and what does it do for us?
Well, I'm not here to educate you. If you're too stupid about raw milk, then you should just move on.
Okay, so this is your argument. This is the best argument you can give right now. Okay, cool. I thought he was going to give a better argument. He seemed like he was very equipped at first, but I guess not. I had my hopes high for him. I really did. I thought he was going to give something. I thought he was going to name bacteria, and I thought we were going to be able to go from there. I don't know the taste of it. I don't know. It could taste good. It could not taste good. I don't know. It's irrelevant what I'm talking about here. I can't imagine the taste can be all that much different though, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Like the first thing he kept saying was something I never claimed. I never claimed the raw milk was heated. He was arguing with somebody that wasn't up here. Yeah. No, I'm sure that it is the case, Kay. I'm sure. It's a big difference also as a child when I tried it. Gotcha. Oh, salty. That reminds me. I need to eat yogurt right now. Thank you. I would have forgotten. I'll be right back. I would have totally forgotten. All right. There we go. You did something good, yeah. I would have remembered at some point to have it, but it would have been like right before I had to go to bed, and that would not have been fun. Better be raw milk yogurt. It is not. It is yogurt though that I do recommend you guys have. I know it's married, so I apologize, but it's ratio protein fiber yogurt. You're getting 20 grams of protein, 10 grams of fiber. Find me a better yogurt than that. You won't. It actually tastes, all things considered, given that it has 20 grams of protein and 10 grams of fiber, it actually tastes pretty damn good, yeah. Does it taste as good as like regular old yogurt? No, but it still tastes pretty good. Plus, this flavor is really good. Pina colada. It's like legit pretty decent. Yeah, it's good. Not bad. Hello.
Yo,
How old are you?
18,
What year are you born?
7,
Okay, what's up?
August.
Thank you. What's up?
Sorry, I didn't even read the prompt when I joined. I'm
That's interesting.
incredibly, I mean, I'm intoxicated. Seed oils, artificial sweeteners, and soy on bad. Raw milk
Are you
is.
intoxicated on anything good?
Well, I don't think there's anything good you can be intoxicated. I mean, toxicity is just bad in general. Alcohol is terrible for you, but I do it anyways
No,
because,
just alcohol. Oh, I thought it'd be something better than alcohol. I thought it'd be something fun, but all right.
like
You got an
shrooms,
argument?
yeah, that would probably be better, but
I don't think you'd
I
be
don't
up
know.
here on shrooms. I don't think you'd be making a good argument on shrooms.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Do you have an
on
argument?
shrooms.
Do you have an argument?
I just joined, to be honest. I just read the caption and I agree with you. Anyways.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
Go walk off your intoxication. I don't know, like maybe he was high on crack or something. That could have been a good conversation.
I just wait. Sorry.
What is with like
I
fucking teenagers coming up here? How old are you?
no. I'm 18.
What year were you born?
2007, 30th of September.
All right. What's your argument?
No, I just want to ask: is there any? You're obviously educated on this, right? Is there any evidence on soy being pushed as bad due to it being associated with Asians and therefore is racist? Because I've been wondering about this. Because they did the same thing with MSG. They pushed MSG to be bad to make Asians look weak, and therefore, and it was pushed to be bad for racial ideas. Is there any correlation with that in soy?
I see what you're trying to say. Was that the reason why it was originally pushed? I can't give the reason why it was originally pushed. Do people have an association between the two? Yeah, but
Okay, that was just that. Sorry. You have a good day.
yeah, sure. There probably is. Same with MSG. There was a little xenophobia behind it. Is there with soy? Probably a little bit, but no, for sure. That's one of the big reasons why it got perpetuated in the '90s with MSG. That was a fetus. They were rather intelligent. Yeah, I guess. So. MSG is synthetic. Soy is not. What does that? What does that have to do with it? MSG is just monosodium glutamate. Not really an issue. Bigglesworth, would you like to come in? Yeah, I was gonna say, Jenny, like, let's see, monosodium glutamate, just natural things. All right, does anyone actually want to have a good argument? I don't think I've had like a legit good debate about this yet. Like 90% of the people I've spoken to have just been idiots who couldn't get past the first 20 seconds. Am I a chemist? I am not a chemist. No. Doesn't mean I can't tell you what MSG stands for. Do you have any toppings? That I don't add any toppings to this, although it would taste good with fruit. Or like granola or something would probably taste pretty decent with it. I just don't care enough to do that. All right. Now, if you guys can tap and share, please. Anybody who's opposition, hit the request button. Come on up. I think I spoke to you one time, Oslo. Your name sounds familiar, suspiciously familiar. Next thing you're going to tell us are vaccines are good and eating raw meat is bad. Yep, exactly. Glad we're on the same page here. But hey, don't have your vaccines, eat your raw meat. By all means, go ahead. I encourage it. A recipe live? I can't do a recipe live. Just because I know about health stuff doesn't mean I fucking can cook. I just don't care enough to cook, really. My motivation to cook is like next to nothing. Raw meat is... I don't know why anyone would want to eat raw meat. I don't know why anyone would want to eat raw meat. There's no way it tastes good. All of the health issues aside, I don't know why you'd want to eat something that would just taste horrible, more than likely. Yeah, I don't know. I like sushi too. Sushi is good. You had your second performance of Finding Nemo. Cool. How'd it go? You want to make me on raw meat? Okay. Are you trying to say that raw meat is good for us, or just that we should be eating it, or what? Hello.
Hi,
Hi. How old are you?
33,
What year were you born?
93.
Okay. What's up?
Um, is this really satire? Is this satire? I'm over here,
It is
I'm
not.
literally thinking about like molecular structures and like how it like interacts with the enzymes within our body. So I'm just like, I'm just confused. Why is raw milk bad for you?
Yeah, because the presence of foodborne pathogens in there, that put you at a significantly higher chance of getting those versus pasteurized milk, with almost no added, not almost, there's just no added benefit to raw milk. So you're only getting potential drawbacks with no benefits to it. And there's really no reason
Oh.
why anybody should be drinking raw milk in this day and age.
Oh, this is for like people who are like anti-vaxxers and stuff.
I mean, the people who are opposition tend to be, yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, like, what is your argument for artificial sweeteners and seed oils?
Well, seed oils, when people say that seed oils are bad, they're really confusing processed foods and high caloric foods being bad, of which they are, but it's not the seed oil specifically, because if you made a healthy food, like say chicken and broccoli, right, and you want to cook that chicken with a little bit of seed oils, perfectly fine. Wouldn't be any worse for you than cooking it in butter or like beef tallow. In fact, it would actually be better. So when people say seed oils are bad, people who eat a lot of seed oils are unhealthy. Well, sure, but it's because they're eating a lot of processed high caloric food. So it's not the seed oil specifically. And then the artificial sweeteners, there's just no evidence to show that they cause cancer. And I think they're, for most people, a better alternative than having sugar. You're having two options:
Oh,
something that contains calories that are very easy to overeat, sugar's very easy to overeat, and then you have something that has no calories. Considering we're a country where the average caloric consumption is like 3,200 calories, I think we ought to opt for the thing that has less calories for the people that would benefit from that.
oh yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't have enough research on any of this
That's okay.
either.
That's
I'm
okay.
still learning, but I am interested because I think the reason why artificial sweeteners would be bad is more so just because of their molecular structure and the way that they interact with like the cells and enzymes within your body. So
Mhm.
if it has more like I feel like it's more so having to do with like what's the word? Like oxidative, like it's causing more oxidative damage to your
Oxidative stress.
cells. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it has something to do with that, but like also like I just said, I don't have my full degree yet in that, so
Okay.
I have nothing to say.
Well, if you want, you can do a little bit of research. If you want to pull up some studies where they look at the oxidative stress between, say, seed oils and like butter or beef tallow or something like that, you can come back up and we can talk about that. Sound good? Sounds good.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks. Bye.
Take care. Well, okay. All right. Well, yeah, I just glossed over that. Okay, I heard that too. I just wasn't worth correcting. Liberal should keep eating seed oils and artificial sweeteners. Okay, cool. If seed oil is safe, try injecting it into your veins. If you think that's an actual argument and you tried like that was like a worthwhile thing to say, I really feel bad that you think that was like a serious retort to this. Guys, okay, I was literally about to say like basically that same thing. If vegetables are good, try injecting them. However, though, these are the same people that think vegetables are bad for you, so probably not the best analogy to use, but whatever. Coda, the issue is that person probably thought that they they made a really good argument there. I bet you they typed that thinking like, oh yeah, this is really good. He's gonna be stumped. He's not gonna know what to say to that. God, some of you guys are so fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You just are. Well, Oswald, you are right. The carrying oil to many schmeroids are sometimes certain oil. So, like grapeseed oil, I think, is a carrying oil to. I bet you believe there are nukes in Iran. Me, no. If you're talking to that person, then yeah. Why would I believe that? I would hope they're not. After everything that's happened, why would there be? It's probably safer than artificial sweeteners. What, injecting it or just in general? I think the reason why like 80% of people think artificial sweeteners are bad are simply because it has the word artificial in it. I bet you if it got rebranded as non-nutritive sweetener in 10 years, a much smaller percentage of people would think they're bad for you. It's simply just by the virtue of it having the word artificial in it that people think it's bad. Unfortunately, the branding of things really play a role in how people perceive it. The naming of it. It could be the same exact thing, but have different names, and then people perceive it differently. Well, I mean, there was that too, Kay, but obviously that was taken well out of context. I'd rather inject milk than seed oil. I mean, calf drink milk and they are strong. How about don't inject either of them? There's that. Guys, let's not inject anything, all right? Like, can we not do that? Can we just stay away from doing that? Like, let the doctor do that if there's something that needs to be injected, not you. I agree, Salty. I think they're much better than that. That is true, I'm a hacker. Yeah, I know what you're referring to. Try injecting schmeroids. So many people do it. There are many people who do that. All right. Can we get one good opposition? Like one singular opposition. Yeah, Danielle, that's not going to happen at this point. I think I mostly gave up at this point that we're going to have any singular person that's going to provide a good argument. Yeah, well, have fun with that, Sonny. Hey guys, if you're enjoying the live, click follow on TikTok in the top left. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe, please, and thank you. Hey, you guys should follow me on Facebook, by the way. For some reason, when I post on Facebook, I get a lot of views on my clips. I don't know why. I'll post the same clip to TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. I'll get like 200 views here, like 200 views on YouTube, like 50 on Instagram, and then like 5,000 on Facebook. I don't know why, but you guys should follow me there. Could be a very good way of funneling people to this. Yeah, I think it is the boomers. Literally, like my last 10 videos have all gotten over like 3,000 or 4,000 views on Facebook. I don't know how. It's all the same shit I've been posting here or elsewhere. Same name? That's actually a good question. I don't know how you would. Yeah, I think it's just Dougielifts. Yeah. Although I think there's a space between it. Yeah, it's just Dougielifts. Same profile picture. Yeah, like this video I posted earlier got 5,000 views. The same video that I posted here on TikTok that I think got like 200. Instagram, same thing. YouTube, like 60. I don't know why. Yeah, same name. Thank you. I post the same stuff. I mean, but it'd be nice to get a bigger following on there. I think I don't even know how to pronounce his name. The DABAYEV2093 guy on YouTube. I think he's trolling at this point. I don't think he's being serious. I would stop entertaining him. There's no way he's being serious. At this point. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
What's going on?
Not much. How old are you?
20.
Cool. What's up?
Yeah, I don't think the raw milk is bad. I think it's good.
Okay. Why?
Just do. I've had good benefits from it.
Like?
Good health benefits.
Okay. Name me one.
I don't need to.
Good argument.
I've never had negative health. Wouldn't that be a sign of good health? And I've been drinking raw milk all my life.
No.
It's
Do you
not.
have evidence? So give me one health benefit that you got from raw milk.
Never being ill. You say
Never
that's
been
not a
sick
health
once.
benefit?
Never
Nope,
been
I
sick
genuinely
once.
have never been sick. Nope.
Never had a cold once in your
I
entire life.
was raised on a farm, right? And I used
Okay,
to drink raw milk all the time.
let's pretend that you have actually never gotten sick, which nobody ever believes you, but we'll pretend that's the case. How do you know it's from
Right,
raw
it is
milk?
the case.
I don't care.
Come
How do you
again?
know it's from raw milk?
Well, it's from raw something. You know, I drank a lot of raw milk, ate a lot of raw meats. I mean, I still do. Raw meats, heart, liver, you know, the brain.
Can you prove that
just
you've never
basic.
gotten sick? I want you to prove that you've never gotten sick.
Well, how am I supposed to prove that?
Right, so don't use it as an argument. So give me something that you can prove.
Well, that's just retarded. I've given you my argument.
I'm gonna have to kick you
You
now
can't.
because you slurred.
You can't
You,
refute
you,
it.
you know you can't slur on it live, right? Like you
You're
know I
just a
had to
gay
kick you.
spastic, aren't you? You're a gay
Well,
retard spastic nigger.
okay. I mean you can, but you'll get kicked. So, which I think you knew beforehand. I really wish it wasn't against TikTok terms of service to say that because I really hate that I have to kick people when they say that. It really gets annoying. I promise you, I likely wouldn't kick people in that case otherwise. It depends on the context, I guess. But they just use it as a way to get out of the fucking conversation. It's really fucking annoying. I don't know. Okay, I've spoken to a few of them that eat raw meat, so it's entirely possible. I've had one fever in my entire life. Okay, I'm sure. Hi.
I don't know.
How old? You sound like you're very muffled.
I said I don't know why these fools eat in McDonald's.
How old are you?
37.
Oh, okay. What do you disagree with in the background?
Raw milk. I mean, isn't your milk supposed to be pasteurized?
What year were you born?
89.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying raw milk is bad. What do you
You're
disagree with
saying
in the
raw milk?
background? Raw milk is bad. Yeah.
Yes, because it's supposed to be pasteurized, right?
Right, I agree with you. So, is there anything in the background that you disagree with?
I mean, I don't understand why he's always giving people McDonald's. That's just some weird shit.
Okay.
Every single time.
Do you disagree with anything that I have in the background? Do you disagree with anything I have on the prompt?
Seed oils, artificial sweeteners, and soy aren't bad. Bro, artificial sweetener sounds bad. I wouldn't even use artificial sweeteners.
Sounds bad.
Yeah, they're bad, yo. Our artificial sweeteners. I feel like you just do raw, like just sugar, bro. Like, you know what I mean? There's that brown sugar, which is decent, and then there's that white sugar.
What
Right?
about non-nutritive sweeteners? Do you think non-nutritive sweeteners are okay?
I feel like artificial sweeteners, right, they taste bad. Have you ever tried them?
But non-nutritive sweeteners. Do you think non-nutritive sweeteners are okay?
Give me an example. Like one that's sold in the stores.
Never mind. Why do you think aspartame's bad or sucralose is bad?
Aspartame?
Yeah. Why do you think they're bad?
What is aspartame?
An artificial sweetener. Why do you think it's bad?
Because it tastes like shit.
I'm not talking about the taste. Health-wise, why do you think it's bad?
Artificial. It's It's made in the lab.
And why is that bad?
Because it's made in the lab.
And why is that bad?
Because your food should be natural food.
Okay, so what health issue would somebody get from intaking an artificial sweetener?
If you overdo it, you'll get diabetes.
You'll get diabetes from an artificial sweetener.
Yeah, if you overdo it, yeah.
That's crazy because people who have diabetes actually specifically have artificial sweeteners because they don't affect their insulin.
Because they taste like shit. You're not gonna overeat it.
So then how do they cause diabetes if people who are diabetic can have them?
I didn't know that.
So did you just make up that they cause diabetes?
I mean, yeah.
What other health issue do you think they cause?
Soy sauce, right?
I'm talking about soy sauce.
Soy sauce is bad.
Why is soy bad?
Because it looks weird, bro. It looks alien.
Okay. Do you have an actual argument, or are we just gonna?
No, not really, bro. I just came here to mess with you.
All right, man. Good night. I don't think I could do it anymore, guys. I think I'm done for the day. I can't do this anymore. That's it. That was the end of me. Unless I'll take one more person, I guess, if somebody requests in the next 60 seconds. But make sure you guys do follow me on TikTok. It's there in the top left. If you watch on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you guys can follow me or whatever the fuck it's called on Facebook, it's Dougielifts, same name. The link should be in my bio, though, of all of these. Specifically follow me on Facebook. That would be, I'm trying to grow that one. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. I can't talk to another stupid person. At least not tonight. I'll see you guys though soon. If you guys want to join Discord, I'll announce there ahead of time when I go live. At least with the regular topics, I don't really announce with this one. People don't care enough about this topic for me to announce ahead of time. But I guess if more people cared, I would announce on this one. But anyways, you can also join the bulletin board. Click the top left picture or top left on Facebook, and I'll see you guys. Have a good night. Take care.